Alright, this your boy Enigma back with another video, and I'm just going on my walk and shit, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some thoughts that I want to share with y'all about my personal life, and I'm gonna let you know about my personal experience in life and shit, and what I done been through. And I feel like some people may relate, some people may not relate, but at the end of the day, this should bring people clearance and clarity and motivation, to get whatever they need done, and let them know that nothing can stop them, gang. Because at the end of the day, you can go through a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you got a choice to either let life crush you or you crush life. You gotta pick one. But anyways, let me go ahead and get to the crib. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Alright, yo, this is my personal story, and we're not gonna really go too deep off into it, but I'm gonna give you like the runaround and shit. And I'm gonna try my best not to be disrespectful towards anybody that has harmed or betrayed me in the past, or that has done anything miscellaneous to me, because their names do not matter. They don't deserve any credit in this. And they don't deserve any credit in my journey at all, because I'm doing this by myself, really with barely any assistance. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't grow up with the nice blueprint, but I grew up with a blueprint that if I followed it, I knew it was gonna lead to destruction. So I learned to do the opposite of what everything that I was taught, really. But anyways, my life, I was born and I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. Okay. Now, a lot of people, they got things to say about them, cool. But the thing is about Jehovah's Witnesses, bro, whatever they got going on, that's their business. It's not for me. And for a group to talk about they're the only truth, no, that's cap. Okay, they do the same shit everybody else doing. They just keep it on the low and they good at hiding shit. That's it. But anyways, that's not my business. You got some people that's really faithful to what they believe in. Cool. All right, not knocking that. You can stay living the same life you're living, and you can pretend like the world's gonna end. But y'all been saying that shit for what? Millenniums and 2,000 of years, like thousands and thousands of years since Jesus was even gone and left to leave the example for us to follow, not to just die and to come back all perfect and shit. But we're not gonna get off into that. I still respect them because they're human, and at the end of the day, they got their own shit going on. But I just don't respect lies. I don't respect control. I don't respect ignorance. I don't respect fear. That's one thing I don't respect. So, but hey, do you? And that goes for each and every other religion as well. And I respect y'all and what y'all believe in. And at the end of the day, serve who you serve, right? But don't try to convince people to be controlled because you simply don't want to open your mind. It's that simple. That's where I'm at with it. But anyways, starting out when I grew up, I started out as a shy, scary kid. I was scared of everything. Scared of the dark, scared of the things that made me powerful as a person I am today. And I turned my biggest flaws, my biggest weaknesses into my greatest strengths. And I feel like each and every other human being can do that shit if they really want to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna start out, when I was younger, I was touched as a kid, by a male figure and a female figure. Not gonna even speak on that, but their names don't matter. And at the end of the day, they're gonna catch their karma, and they can hide, they can try, but at the end of the day, they're not gonna hide for long. But I don't even want justice. I don't care about justice. I'll be all right. I'll be fine. That's the world we live in. You feel what I'm saying? I'm great. But that's really what triggered me not having confidence, having low self-esteem, me being promiscuous at a young age, me going through all this trauma from depression, anger issues, just being out of control, and I didn't have no direction, but I had to teach myself how to gain direction. And you have to teach yourself discipline. You have to learn from other people's experiences and not just your own experience, but you take things for what it is, you know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, I used to get attacked, or I thought I was getting attacked by spirits and demons and things of that sort, especially growing around a Jehovah's Witness background. They taught us how to fear that shit. But at the end of the day, no, they was trying to warn me. They was telling me things through my third eye, through my vision. But I was prepared, you know, for what I was intaking as a child. You know, as a child, you're just now opening back up to this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just now being reborn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like things are coming to you fresh as hell. So of course you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? This and that. I'm getting tapped on. I'm seeing visions and shit. I'm seeing blood on the wall. I'm hearing bees in my room. I'm just seeing a whole bunch of shit. I'm seeing shadows and shit just in and out the corner. And it's just, it's wild, you know? But I did have something that helped me along the way. I had a dog named Court. Right, this dog was very, very, he had to be my guardian or something in the past life or something. Like, that dog was special, and it made me happy, you know. But being a powerful person, growing up in a traumatic family and shit, of course you're gonna go through trials and tribulations that's gonna teach you that happiness is somewhat only temporary, and in a lineage or in a karmic family that doesn't have no awareness of what happiness or love is. They own definition of love and happiness is their own definition, and they'll use that against you. And so I'll say this doesn't make any sense, okay? So my dog died, right? They covered it up saying it was heartworms, right? But the dog had ants in his dog bowl. First thing first, dogs do not die from heartworms eating ants. That's one thing. Heartworms are caused from mosquitoes. I talked to a veterinarian already before that said mosquitoes is the only thing that causes heartworms. So you told me the dog had heartworms. You told me that you couldn't solve this problem with the dog. It was gonna cost too much money to fix it. That's what you told me, right? But finding out recently, I talked to a matriarch figure, and I asked her, I was like, you know, what happened to Court? And she was telling me this and this and that about it was too much money to fix it, and, you know, all that, blah, 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 blah. Then out of nowhere, she was like, nobody poisoned him or anything. Who the fuck mentioned poison? I didn't say that. I was like, who mentioned poison? And then she started stuttering and shit. I'm like, yeah, caught your ass. So somebody poisoned my dog. I'm not gonna speak on that, but it is what it is. I'm gonna get me another dog, really about 2 dogs of my own dogs. I'm gonna pay for the shit with my money. It don't matter, but that's the type of shit I'm talking about, okay? Then around when I was about 6 or 7 years old, I had a allergic reaction, right? Penicillin, right? I don't know if I'm allergic to it still, might not be, you know, but I had a seizure, and the matriarch figure told my sister while she was cooking, call 911, and she kept cooking. Now usually the person to stop what they doing, turn off the stove, whatever, and assist their child while he's dying. But no, she said, are you throwing up on my couch? My back is literally fucked up. I had to get a spinal tap because of that. I fell off the couch and my back cracked, and I'm having a seizure. My sister, she saved my life, and I appreciate that to this day. We may not have the best relationship, but out of all my siblings, my youngest sister, she was the wisest of all my siblings, and one of the ones that was like, that at least had somewhat of a heart. She just got tired of dealing with shit and decided to just disappear from everybody, which I completely understand and respect. Just make sure you don't repeat the cycle if you're watching this video. Remember what I'm saying, okay? Don't repeat the cycle. But anyways, I respect you more out of all my siblings. I just want to let you know that. So thank you. But other than that, we're gonna move forward. Yeah. Another thing is, bro, I got in a lot of fights growing up. I was young, I was, you know, I was always trying to look to prove something, you know, and I was getting bullied and shit. I was the class clown. I was that person that was just, everybody, the people that know when I was going to Hattiesburg and Oak Grove and shit, they know. They know. They knew who I was. And I was immature back then, you know. Really immature, but I've learned, and I'm like, nobody was real then, and they going through their consequences now, you know. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you show your friends, gonna show you your future type shit. So that's why I decided to just back off and do my own thing, step to the side, and let everybody fold on their own. You know what I'm saying? But when I was 13 or 14 years old, you know, everything started taking a toll on me. From the trauma, from all the just everything, from the schizophrenia, psychosis, anger issues. I used to burn, cut myself. I used to do a whole bunch of shit. And at the end of the day, I don't regret it. Why? Because it taught me how to do it again. You know, it taught me to actually just love myself. I love my scars. I love my flaws. I love my shadows. Why? Because I learned to accept them. I learned that I ain't gotta hide shit to make people uncomfortable or comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So if you got issues that you think that people don't fuck with, or you think people don't accept, who cares? Who cares if they accept them or not? Be yourself. Be authentic. Just learn how to control it. Just learn how to wield it. Use it as a weapon rather than use it as a crutch or use it as a disadvantage. Use it as your advantage. The people with the most disabilities has the best abilities. They can be the most strongest individuals if they learn how to channel it, they learn how to wield it as a sword or as a weapon. You know, so just remember that. Use your disadvantages to your advantage. You know? And that's the beauty in life. Many people don't even look at life like that. They look at life as, oh, if it ain't like this, it's broken. No. It can be beautiful as well. But that's the world we live in, though. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. And if you think it's broken, change your perspective. But yeah, now I say one thing when it comes to love. My love life was pretty interesting. You know, I wasn't always that confident dude that can just put his foot down and was like, this is how this shit gonna go. No, I was getting pushed around. I was being too nice. I was being too lenient. I was being too supportive and shit to people that wouldn't even support themselves. I was being too nice to people that wouldn't give me the time of day or give me a cup of water, you know? And I said things for what it was, you know? There's been times where, bro, I've been cheated on, been done wrong type shit. There's been times where a bitch that had a kid behind my back type shit, but I'm glad I didn't have a kid, because guess what? It's like, hey, I'm single, I'm living my life, and she got a kid that she can't even take care of for real. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully the kid come out all right, you know, and he grows up to be a young individual, somebody real powerful, you know what I'm saying? But things happen, you know. Shoot, my recent ex, probably like a year back, shoot, she was in her about late 30s, early 40s for real. And shit, she just went to jail. I just went to jail though, but she was cheating on me and doing me bad too. But that's what I get for trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. You know what I'm saying? And that's on me. I wasn't aware. I was like, you know, I fell in love. I got my dick wet and it was like, yo, I'm in love. But guess what? Remember this, fellas. Your favorite eater is somebody else's favorite eater too. Remember that. And she was everybody's favorite eater. Okay? But at the end of the day, that's her business. Don't matter. You know? But other than that, bro, I don't mind being bisexual, bro. This is my life. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can clap a girl. I can clap a dude. It don't matter. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Still make money. Still make a change. Still make a difference. It don't matter. I'm still masculine. I'm still handling business. You know? And for the people out there that think that it's wrong to experiment and it's wrong to just live your life, bro, that's you. You just lock yourself up in a box and call that life. No, that's just existing, bro. Live. L-I-V-E. Live. It's that simple. Live your life, bro. Who gives a fuck? Live unapologetically. People gonna talk shit if you're doing good. People gonna talk shit if you're doing bad. And people gonna talk shit if you're doing mediocre. So regardless, people gonna talk shit. Why not live your best life? You know what I'm saying? People talk shit about me all the time and think I don't hear them. People talk behind my back and be like, hey, I missed you. How you been? Don't come at me with that fake shit, bro. I heard you, bro. I heard you. Stop playing with me, bro. Niggas that say that you ain't shit and then be like, oh, can you help me with something? The fuck? I thought I wasn't shit, but now you need my assistance? Bitch, stop playing with me. The fuck? I'm trying to tell you. Another thing is, bro, I let people show me their true colors first, bro. I don't judge people. I let people show me who they are before I just straight up judge them. I give you the opportunity to try to fuck me over before I just straight up be like, you know what? I'm done with your motherfucking ass. And once I see shit, it's over with, bro. And that's how you gotta be. You gotta be unapologetic with these motherfuckers, bro. People ain't gonna apologize or be quick enough to try to correct their mistakes of not fucking you over. So why should you be slow to cut these motherfuckers off? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna really go too deep off into my trauma. There's more that I can break down. But shit, I think I said enough to where you got the point. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to give you no whole biography about my life, because at the end of the day, you can't write all that shit down. You can't type all that shit up into a book. You can't fathom the shit. You know what I'm saying? But some people can, though. Hey, some people done been through worse shit than me. So I definitely understand. And if you look at my life and what I'm doing and what I'm creating and what I'm becoming, I just want to let you know, use that as motivation, bro. But also look at your life and look at how far you came and use that as your motivation. Don't just look at me, look at yourself. Know that you're powerful. Know that you can change the world if you want to. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. You have one life. Make that shit count. And remember, always be enigmatic.